Hello everyone. So in this video, I just want to share one specific thing that I do with org mode when I have to split a task into basically smaller tasks. Now, let me give you some background. Let us say I'm planning something and I have in the beginning defined some activities. Let us say, if I'm working on a project, of course it could be at any level, but let us say in this file I have these three big tasks. So this is my big task number one, then big task number two, then within my big task number one I can have a smaller task number one and so on, right? So this is of course a familiar structure. Now the thing is that sometimes when you're doing the planning, and if you're like me who is a bit particular about small things, you may want to break or split a particular task or a header into two, or maybe while you're doing this planning, when you come back to it, you realize that this is a big task, but this is not just one task. It is probably we need to basically define another task. So of course one option is that you can copy the whole line, right? And you can just paste it somewhere, and this might in a way work. And of course you can just try to reorder it, but the thing is that this is of course not always possible, or I should say it is not always convenient, because you may have other, if you're working on a big file, then copying the whole line manually is problem. It can be a bit problematic. And if let us say there is a task number two and you're doing some clock entries, right? Let us say I have some clock entries, I have some dates. Let me also insert some dates, right? So there is also, let me also insert some deadline. Now the thing is that if I want to copy this line, it can actually cause some problems, especially if it is folded. Fortunately, in org mode, there is a command called duplicate. So if you type in duplicate line, it will basically just create one more entry for you, and you will have a duplicate. So it is in a way. Let us do it one more time. I'll expand it, and I'll type in here. Let me just change it to 20, and I'll do here duplicate line, and it will create this duplicate for you. So this is something that I do sometimes. The thing is that, and I only do it when I have to copy just the line. That is it. I think that is what it says. And normally when I'm planning the work, I try to have my task small enough or big enough so that they don't really need any further, or I should say, the way I plan my work, I usually don't bother always to define the level. I just create the task, and if I have to basically translate this, or I should say if I have to move this structure or a plan somewhere else, just to give you some background, I'm also a Jira consultant. Now in Jira, there is a hierarchy, right? You have epics, you have stories, and you have subtasks. Now if you know that eventually this high level planning will go to Jira, then let us say if I have to create the list of epics, and of course I don't really do it in Jira directly, because it is much quicker to do it here. And then of course when I have some structure, then I can just import it in Jira. But in that case, if I know that I will be importing it in Jira, then I need the topmost level as the list of epics, and that is where doing these things are convenient. I mean, instead of copying and pasting and worrying about or basically making sure that nothing else is copied, only the header is copied, you can actually use this command. And I believe there is a shortcut for it. I don't really use that shortcut, and I think I mentioned it to you. I only use those shortcuts. I do have some custom shortcuts, not really a lot in Emacs, but I try to use the default shortcuts as much as I can, because it is much more simpler. I anyways have a lot of shortcuts that I have to remember or rely on. I mean, not me, but my fingers remember those shortcuts. But the thing is that there is a command, and if you want to modify it further, you can. And you can also assign it to a shortcut. All right, that is it. Short video, I know, but I just wanted to share it, and hopefully it will help you. It will give you some ideas, and maybe if you have any ideas for me on these situations, splitting, or it is not really in a way splitting. It is in a way splitting, but we are splitting, but we are basically duplicating. I think that is probably the right word. But anyways, I think now you know that, yeah, Emacs can do that, or org mode can do that very easily for you. Okay, bye bye. Thank you very much.